right. Hi, Joey. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Had a bad week.
Bad week?
Yeah.
What was going on this week?
I couldn't get my act together. Too much was going down. Too much was going on with practice, and I got to listen to Jasmine. You know, she's giving me grief.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad it's over.
All right. So the week is over. You can put that behind you. Do you have any lacrosse games coming up, or are you still just practicing?
I got one on Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday. It's an away game.
It's an away game?
Yeah,
Where are you playing?
Caldwell? Yeah, we should be all right.
All right. Well, that's good. So maybe that will make you feel a little bit better. And Thanksgiving's coming up, so are you going to be able to hang out with Garrett and Marcos?
Yeah, they're coming over. They're coming over to the house.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
that'll
best
be
friends.
fun.
They're coming over.
Very nice. And you guys live close, or are they just walking over?
No, they're walking over. They're walking over.
Awesome. Okay, and what about school? How's that going right now?
I'm struggling.
Struggling?
Yeah, I'm struggling, but I know I have to keep my grades up because I want to play lacrosse.
Right.
And I want to be successful at lacrosse. And I know the grades have to be good, but right now they're borderline.
Okay.
And,
you know it's good because we have some time to work up to that because your lacrosse season doesn't start until the spring.
Correct.
So now we are in this transition time where we really need to gear up so that you can keep your grades up so that you can get onto that field every week. All right. All right. So that's what we're going to be working on. So last time we met, you were telling me about school and Jasmine and your friends and how you were working and everything. And some of the main things that stuck out were that I think that we need to work on time management and our organization. Do you think that those are two things that you think we need to work on?
Yeah.
Because last time you were saying that you lose your agenda, you don't know when your homework is.
I don't know where I put it. Every time I try to write something down and put it on my phone, I lose it.
Right. So what we're going to do today is we did our little introductions. We're going to watch a video because you were also saying last time that you like to watch things on YouTube.
All the time.
So I feel like that's something that you're probably going to like to watch.
Mm-hmm.
After we watch our video, we're going to have a discussion. And then since you always have your phone on you, we're going to try to use an app to help you with your organization. Okay?
Okay.
We're going to do a little question and answer, and then we're going to be done.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is coming up, and if you didn't know, chocolate helps you to retain information.
Wow.
And peppermint stimulates concentration. So if at any time during this session, if you want to, you can have a little candy or a piece of mint. There's some water there for you.
Nice.
And also, if you have any questions as we're going along, feel free to let me know, and we can address it as we go.
Okay. Can I have a water?
Yes, absolutely. That's for you.
Thanks.
Welcome. Okay, so let's start with this. What I want to ask you is, in your opinion, what is a habit?
I guess something you do every day, or I don't know, every so often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So a habit is a behavior, and it almost becomes automatic because you're repeating it all the time. So something that you brought up last time was that even though you're not able to organize your school materials, you always know where your lacrosse stuff is.
Absolutely. Got it.
And why do you think that is?
Oh, it's important to me. I eventually want to make a living. I like to make a living at playing lacrosse.
Okay.
And I want to keep track of my stuff, and I know where things are, and I don't want to be without it.
Right. And now, if you need to practice your shot, you're going to go outside, and what are you going to do?
I'm going to cradle the ball and try to get it in the net.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to throw that ball against the wall 100 times, right hand, left hand, upper hand, lower hand.
So I guess that's a habit.
That's a habit, right?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, probably. So, we did our introductions. We're having a little bit of a conversation, and you definitely know what a habit is. Now, in your opinion, do habits have a major impact on your life? And you can say strongly agree, disagree, agree, or strongly agree. So in that scale, how do you think habits impact your life?
I'd agree with it. I would agree.
Okay, so
I don't strongly agree. I agree.
okay,
Yeah.
so just
It could have an impact.
mm-hmm. Absolutely. And do you think you can have a positive impact and a negative impact?
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Either, both of them,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. And the next one I want your opinion on is we can choose the habits we have. Do you think we can do that? You can choose what type of habits you have?
I guess, yeah, we could.
Mm-hmm.
We make the decisions for ourselves,
Right.
whether we want to do it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna read this to you, because I know that you said that sometimes you like things read.
There's a lot of stuff. there.
Right,
Yeah.
I know, and the ink is a little bit different too, so it might be a
Right.
little confusing.
Go ahead.
So many people recognize that they have habits they want to improve, but then struggle to stick to the improvements they've decided to make. Why do you think it's difficult for people to change their habits?
Well, I guess if the habit is something you like to do, then why change it? I mean, that's the way I feel about it, but, sometimes we don't think that, I guess a habit is bad for you. We don't want, we don't change it.
Mm-hmm.
I think, that's what I think it means.
Absolutely.
You know?
And sometimes you might have habits that aren't that great, but just
Right.
like you said, you like doing them. So
Right.
you're going to continue doing it. So it's
Yeah.
very hard to change patterns of behavior. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a little break from the questions.
Okay.
And we are going to watch, get to our YouTube video. So I'm going to set it up for you, turn the screen. And as you're watching, oh, don't go yet. Pause. As you're watching this, I just want you to think about some of the things that they're saying and think about your own habits, okay? Let's see, let me turn it up for you.
So, when was the last time you really paid attention to your habits? Maybe not since you were a little kid and you constantly had adults pestering you to brush your teeth, or to tie your shoes, or put your toys away before dinner. But here's the thing. It's important to realize that as we get older and have a choice in how we want to live, our habits matter more than ever. When we dream about the careers we want and the things we want to achieve in our personal lives, like learning to play an instrument, getting into shape, traveling, or living somewhere cool, our habits can help turn our dreams into reality. Or just get in the way. Throughout our lives, we'll have habits that we'll want to nurture because they'll improve our lives, and we'll have habits we'll want to crush because they have negative effects. When we want to nurture or crush habits, we usually want to improve these general areas of our lives. Our health. This includes managing stress, eating right, exercising, and getting enough sleep. Our money management. In other words, saving and spending wisely. Our productivity. This means being organized so you can get stuff done. And our relationships, which has to do with kind and clear communication, being a good listener, and understanding someone else's perspective. Let's face it, we all have some habits that we struggle to crush. They might simply be annoying behaviors, like biting your nails, texting during a conversation, or forgetting to turn the lights off. Or they may be more serious, behaviors that over time harm your health, like eating junk food every day. Newsflash, French fries, not the best vegetable choice. Your safety, like not wearing a seatbelt. Or your happiness, like spending all your money on things you don't really need, like socks that cost $20 for that 2-inch logo. So let's look at the big picture of this habit stuff, because it's easy to overlook how much they shape our lives. The reality is that one-time events, like prom, having an embarrassing moment in public, or buying what's supposed to be the latest and greatest athletic gear, might make us feel awesome or awful in the moments they happen, but that's pretty much it. They only have a short-term impact on our lives. Our habits, however, have a long-term impact. Habits are the behaviors that become automatic because we repeat them over and over again, like what we eat, choosing to exercise, or binge watch 3 seasons of a show in one weekend, how we work or study, the chores we do, and even the ways we communicate with other people. This means that any habit we do over a long period of time really affects the way we live, for better or for worse. Okay, great. You got that? So let's all go have good habits now. Right. If only it was that easy. Look, there's no denying that sticking to habits that improve our lives is a challenge for all of us. Think of all the New Year's resolutions that got abandoned almost immediately. That's why the HabitWise program is here to help. You'll learn the psychology of how habits work, and that gives you the power to nurture or crush them to make your life better. It's important to take action now because it's easier to improve your habits when you're young. This is the time when your brain is most flexible. Now, let's close out with a mini pep talk. When you take control of your habits, you take control of shaping the life you want to live. So get started thinking about this. What kind of life do you want to live? And what habits will help you achieve it?
Okay. So, that video had a lot of different information about habits that we either want to nourish or ones that we want to crush. In your opinion, there are a couple of different categories of habits on there. There were health, money management, productivity, and relationships. Right now, what is one of your current goals that you think makes your life better?
My relationship with Jasmine.
Your relationship with Jasmine.
Yeah, it's okay. It's good. It's a good relationship.
Right. And even though this week might have been a little rocky,
Right.
overall, I think last time you said maybe a year and a half. That's a pretty long relationship.
Yep.
And then in addition to Jasmine, you also have your two best friends.
Mm-hmm. My two best friends in lacrosse.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say that.
And then I know that you come from a big family, so clearly relationships are something that you have made a positive habit out of. Now, what is one current habit that you think is having a negative impact on your life?
Sometimes I just can't get organized. I have a difficulty, managing my time with lacrosse, with Jasmine, with my friends, with my family, and I lose things sometimes.
Okay. So I think that's also really great that you're able to identify that. And then in those categories, so we identified relationships as a strength.
Right.
Now, organization, what do you think that falls into? Health, money management, productivity, or relationships?
Productivity.
Productivity.
I'd say, yeah.
And you'd mentioned earlier today and the last time we met that you want to be a collegiate lacrosse player. And in order to get there, we need to make sure that you are getting those grades in high school so that you can make it to college. And definitely organization and productivity is going to impact your goals for the future. Okay, so we kind of just touched on this right now. So I want you to start thinking about how your habits can have an impact on your future. So your money management, your health, productivity, and relationships. And now, the next thing I want you to do is you can choose any writing utensil you want. I want you to just identify, you can write right there, one goal that you want to accomplish.
How's that?
Perfect. Okay, so your goal is that you want to have better organization. And one of the main challenges that you're facing is that you're not handing in your homework because you can never find it.
Right.
And you can't remember to do it when you go home. But you always have your phone. So we're actually going to use your phone to help you stay organized. So, I'm sure you know how to do this. We are going to go to the App Center.
if I hit it.